Hi and welcome to Tweet Street. I'm Mick Tiffany and I'm a novice lizard canary keeper and breeder. Join me on my journey as I strive to breed birds good enough for the show bench. Hello again everybody and welcome to episode 17 of Tweet Street. It's been quite an interesting little week, nothing exciting too much, but we've had some eggs, we've had some more chicks hatch, no more cat. If you've been following this weekly episode that I do, you'll know we had a bit of a cat issue. I haven't seen it since last week, touch wood. No cat, and I haven't shot it. It's all been done legally. Yeah, it takes the fun out of things. We've got the young teens. They're off in the Avery. I've got a few little video clips to come up of those and how they're getting on. It's really nice to see. Did notice one of them starting to get a voice, so it is a very high chance that's going to be a cockbird, one of the non-caps, so that would be nice to see. So I couldn't see which one it was, so I had my binoculars out quick, couldn't get it in time. But yeah, that's the little intro chat, and then we'll see what we'll go from there. Right, so like I say, the cat's gone so far. Anyway, this is what it would have seen. This is his favourite little corner that it used to come round and walk, and now it sees lots of little spikes, and it's clearly put it off. So I am quite happy, and so are the birds. So yeah, that seems to have done the job in a relatively friendly way. Now the next little picture here is it's been getting really. I've had nice weather. It's been quite sunny, very warm, in about 20 degrees, which for the UK is hot, and it's been really nice. My bird room, the back of the bird room faces south, and there are no windows that side, so it doesn't get over hot. And so all mine is the other side. They can go out to get the sun in the Avery, which is where they can get the rays, and that's nice. Also, I have two fans. I've got a picture of one here. Two fans. So I've got one corner, one the other, along the top edge of the Avery. They're not near any of the cages as such, so there's no risk of the birds getting a draft, just in case, because they can be susceptible to catching chills. So one of these fans blows in and the other one blows out. So it's basically for when it gets really hot in the summer, it'll just give a bit of airflow straight through rather than just trying to blow air. It's just getting rid of the warm air in and blowing in. So hopefully that should work quite nicely. Now, the young teenagers have been out in the Avery. They're getting very fit. It's about 7 foot from floor to ceiling, and it's about 6-7 foot square. They've got a fair bit of flying room, so they're going down to the floor a lot. I have little pots on the floor with sort of mud bits and bobs in, a couple of plants. Got a little willow tree in there, and that keeps them really entertained. So they're not just sitting on perches and wasting their day kind of thing like a teenager might want to do. So they're going down to the floor, they're having a peck, picking up the odd little insects. Some of them I noticed, interesting. But it's, everyday little adventure for these young teenagers. They've got a bath out there, and as you can see, that bath has got pebbles in, so they won't get trapped in the water. If they get soaked, they can hop out, and they're not going to get stuck and not be able to get out of the bird bath. We did have one of the adult birds about a month ago. Couldn't get out the bird bath. I was just seeing him and I had to lift him out myself. So I thought, well, I'll put a few pebbles in, and then they'll get used to that. But they all go in at the same time. It's safety in numbers when it comes to having a bath. Here's a little video of them. They've just been in first thing in the morning, straight in the bath. It's really nice to see. Obviously they're keeping clean. They're very active. Keeps all the rubbish out the feathers. And I did look around the Avery in the usual suspect corners for any mite or anything like that might be in, which I would expect the odd small infestation maybe this time of year. Zero. Very happy. Have you seen in my previous episodes that I put a lot of smeared lots of Vaseline in all the places where it might be giving me trouble, because they're not going to be able to walk over that area, and it's clearly worked, so I'm really happy with that. Also putting a bug bomb just after I've done all that, just to make sure all the furniture was clean of any bugs and stuff. This year, touch wood again, it seems to have done the trick, so really happy with how that's come out. So far so good. So we're about 50% of the way through that breeding year, and so far so good when it comes to mite and healthy birds in the Avery at the moment. Okay, what's been happening with the rest of the chicks? Cage one, Mariah Carey bird, 3 young hatched. She is feeding so much food to these chicks. This was day 1, and I was thinking, do I need to maybe give them a bit of extra food or what? You know, she's on her own. Bear in mind, this is my best bird, and or what I believe to be my best bird, and the best male bird was put with her. So I just wanted to make sure she was feeding, but she's feeding loads of food. I mean, there's a huge amount going in, as you'll see very shortly in the next clip. Constantly feeding, really, on and off, because one of the good things is when I've got the camera above the nest, and when I play that back on the internet to sort of condense that down to these little clips that you see, I have about 4 hours a day, which I obviously fast forward very quickly, to get little bits like this where they're just being fed, which is what we want to see, something nice. But it also shows me how often they're being fed, so I can compare this bird maybe to another bird. Now, the one in cage 3, as you remember, had 2 chicks, day 6, day 7, day Saturday. They both passed away, and she's now got some more. She had 5. One's already died. Must have been an accident or something with the parent bird with that young, because it was the morning of day 1. But the other 4 seem to be fed quite well, so I'll be able to judge how often this bird is feeding to how often that bird is feeding, to see if it's about the right rate. Like I say, I know this one's doing very well, and look, you can see there, look how much food's in the poor guy's neck. They can hardly lift their heads up. So that was really good. Now day 6 for cage 1. As you can see, they're an awful lot bigger. Plenty of food still being fed to the birds. Looking at the little dark specks on the top of the head, they look like they might all come out as non-caps, just like the parent bird. So it'll be interesting to see. But like I say, she's feeding really well. Constantly non-stop, so you know, it's really she's had young before. Obviously we've got her daughter in the cage below, cage number 2, so she's done this before and she's doing it really well, so it's a good sign. Gives you a bit of confidence when you see this, and obviously, you know, a lot of the birds, it's their first year, and they're not proficient at the art of rearing yet, some of them, but Mariah Carey, she's liaison, she's doing very well, very happy, brilliant stuff. Right, this clip is cage number 3. If you remember, this is the bird that had a couple of chicks, 6-7 days old, both didn't make it through the night, and it could have been the temperature. I'm hoping it was the temperature. It was at a time when it was getting quite warm one day, very cold the next. It was up and down, and I'm hoping that she chose to sit on the chicks rather too much rather than feed. So I'm keeping an eye on her obviously now. She had 5 hatch, 4 of her own and 1 of another from another nest. One had already died on day 1. I'm assuming it was an accident of being trodden on or something like that. She was exiting the nest. You don't normally get that day 1 because it's still being fed off of the yolk sac basically from inside. So we'll keep an eye on her and see how she's going. We've also had cage 8 have 2 hatched now. As you can see, this was interesting. One hatched out, which is the one at the bottom. You can see the feathers are still wet. The one at the top had hatched out the day previous, but it's got its rear end stuck in the shell, so obviously I could take that shell out. But it is interesting to note that accidents can happen if you're not careful. One chick jumping in an empty egg, so it is something to bear in mind. Just quickly scan through what's happening. You've already seen cage 1, Mariah Carey bird. This is her daughter. She's now sitting on eggs, which is great. Hopefully they will be fertile. Cage 3, you've also seen, she's now had 4 young, and there's Proud Daddy, and done his job. Didn't work out first time, putting them over all 3 on the same day. First lot of eggs were clear, but it's worked the second time around. These guys just had a bath, looking a bit scraggy, going down to nest. This one's had the 2 chicks hatch. That's cage 8. Cage 9, she's now had 4 eggs, and I'm waiting to set them under her proper in 2 days time, when another bird's had her full clutch. Birds got here, this pair got 2 eggs, both fertile. This is my youngest bird. She's now got 2 fertile eggs. Now the infertile cock, that's him there, has now gone to my good friend Bob Snedden, who has a use for it, which was great. And this is cage 20. She's got 4 eggs. You can see that one of them is a lot bluer than the other, indicating it's more like the last egg she'll lay. And that's a quick rundown of the birds. Hope you enjoyed watching everything. Thank you again. It means an awful lot, all the comments I get. I really enjoy. As I say, it makes it well worth doing. Yeah, if you want to subscribe and you haven't, please do. If you like it, please click a like. If you want to chat about something or let me know what you want in a future episodes, not a problem. We'll see what we can do. Okay, everybody, well, take care. Have a lovely week. Hope your birds are doing well. Hope you're doing well. Summer's here in the UK. Happy days. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.